Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Friday morning. You made it to the weekend. Congratulations. Ready to crush the weekend? Overnight, Joe Biden delivered in Delaware his third stimulus package called the America Rescue Plan. This is while viewers await their second stimulus check. They haven't received it. 50% of the viewers of this channel, now at 80 million views over 8 months, a YouTube record, have not even seen the $600 stimulus check. Where is it? No attempt to fix that yet from the president-elect. No attempt yet to fix the first stimulus check either, as millions of viewers have still not seen items from the first stimulus package. But in this video, I go over why the third stimulus package, the America Rescue Plan, drew sharp criticism right away from viewers, as gone were certain things that he had promised on the record, on television, just hours earlier. On Friday, he said there was going to be a $10,000 student loan debt forgiveness. It was not in there. In fact, when asked for comment about that subject matter today, they said it'll be coming later. But that wasn't his comment on Friday last week. A week ago today, he said on day one, he was going to do a student loan debt forgiveness of $10,000. How about $2,400 of SSI and SSDI? It was an item in his transition papers, pages after pages, the Warren Plan. It was on his campaign trail. How about the stimulus check? He had promised a $2,000 stimulus check as AOC slammed the announcement overnight, said $1,400 is not $2,000, it's $2,000. Chuck Schumer had said there was going to be a $2,000 stimulus check in this bill. There is no $2,000 stimulus check in this bill. Multiple stimulus checks, FPUC retro, $2,400 of SSI and SSDI, the remainder of your $10,000 EIDL grant, hazard pay for frontline workers. These are among the items that were promised but hardly delivered. So are they still coming? We haven't seen the bill yet. This is a major morning's recording of Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mornings LALATE, and if there was ever a video for you to share and tag elected officials with, it's this one, and you know why. In this video, I go over the analysis of what we have so far, it's not bill yet, of the America Rescue Plan, and why Americans are now wondering what's the rescue for the America Rescue Plan, because it doesn't seem to do much of anything, let alone fulfill the promises of President-elect Joe Biden just hours ago, days ago, or during the transition pages weeks earlier. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please go to the front of the channel and subscribe. Also, like this video. Consider hitting that alert button so you alert when I next go live, which will be at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. And also consider becoming a member by clicking the links at the top of this video to become a Purple Power, Purple Hawk, or Casino VIP. Meantime, later in this video, I'll be going over the $10,000 EIDL grant confusion and excitement for this weekend. I'm really excited for you. But first, let's turn to what happened last night and the reaction this morning. Last night, Joe Biden delivered his third stimulus check and third stimulus package, the America Rescue Plan. And before I get to the details of it, I want to explain to you procedurally what's going on. We now hear from Joe Biden's camp that there will be another package in February. But why are we talking about another package when he specifically said certain things were going to happen on day one? Day one is not February. February is day 34. Day 30, day 25, day 26. So let's go over what was delivered, not delivered, and wondering where it is. Now, first of all, let's understand we do not have the bill yet. That's the first item. Second, we have statements by Joe Biden during the announcement yesterday that were then backed up or backed around by staffers that said, well, there's other things as well. So potentially the press conference yesterday omitted certain things because there's just not enough time to cover a 6,000, 5,000 page bill, which we're still waiting for. We don't have it yet in a 20-minute, 30-minute press conference. All right, let's go over each of the items. First, on Friday last week, Joe Biden said that he was going to do a student loan debt forgiveness of $10,000 on day one. Chuck Schumer had been urging Joe Biden to do it by executive order on day one for the total student loan debt, not $10,000. But Joe Biden on Friday, last Friday, a week ago today, said there would be, on day one, a $10,000 student loan debt forgiveness and demanded Congress to put a bill on his table that he would sign on day one. That was not mentioned yesterday. Number one item missing. Number two item missing. He has said that there was going to be a $2,000 stimulus check in this bill. There is no $2,000 stimulus check in this bill. Rather, what's in this bill is something that's left over from the Trump administration, nothing good, nothing new, but something that's left over for the Trump administration that's a fix-it for last stimulus check. Last year, a $600 stimulus check bill was passed in the second stimulus package. And shortly thereafter, there was a Cash Act bill of 2020 to fix that bill. The Cash Act bill was to give you an additional $1,400 on top of your $600 to get you to $2,000. To make it even clearer, that's yesterday's goods. It's 2020 news. It was to fix something in 2020. To make it even clearer, in the original CARES Act, you were promised three stimulus checks, March, April, May. But when they went to finally vote on the bill, they took out April, May. So then they said, we will get to your other stimulus check later. They didn't. From April to December, you got nothing. Even though the problem solvers had proposed two stimulus checks, Nancy Pelosi had proposed one, Steve Mnuchin had proposed a very large one, you got nothing. For April, May, June, July, August, September, October, 7 months, you got $600. So yesterday, before a national televised audience, Joe Biden says he's going to give you additional $1,400 to put a roof over your head and feed you food. I don't know in what country. And let's make that clear, that's the September of this coming year. I don't know what country, a year and a half, you can survive on $1,400 for food, let alone a roof over your head. So the comment made no sense. AOC quickly slammed it shortly after the broadcast. Says $2,000 is $2,000, not $1,400. You specifically promised a new $2,000 stimulus check in this bill, not stuff that was left over from the Trump administration. Again, not fulfilling his promise as well. During the campaign, he said he would give multiple stimulus checks. Stimulus checks are so often needed, as often as we so need it. But the most telling example of the situation we're in right now is the VP Harris press conference with Chris Hayes on MSNBC in May of 2020. When running for president of the United States, Harris said $1,200 doesn't cut it for 1 month. As vice president, apparently $1,400 does cut it for 17 months. Inexplainable. She specifically said, what's $1,200? It doesn't cut it for 1 month, let alone several months. You need at least $2,000 a month. Should we run the tape, Senator VP Harris? You specifically slammed the number $1,200 as a one-time payment. Joe Biden, what he's proposing is a one-time payment of $1,400 over a wider period. From April 2020 to the end of the pandemic, which his plan goes to about September. $1,400 for a year and a half? That's not a rescue. As Larry Kudlow once actually said, don't call it a stimulus check because they ain't stimulating anything at $1,400 or $1,200. It's just an extra payment for something. So, not promised, not fulfilled there as well. The $2,400 of SSI and SSDI, Social Security and railroad benefits is the big shocker. This is the big shocker. Not mentioned anywhere. During his transition papers, Joe Biden went extensively over the plan for him to provide $200 per month from now to December 31st, plus an upgrade of about 20% lifetime, plus a new benchmark different for COLA for people on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits. He detailed in his transition papers in writing. He detailed in his campaign papers. He repeated the Warren plan, which went over pages after pages. This was detailed. This was not a few words. This was extremely detailed. No mention of it last night. Promise not fulfilled, number 3. In fact, he made no mention about seniors. He made no mention about veterans. He made no mention about any of the groups that would be paid under that $24 provision. Meant no mention of it. Did he forget them as well? Item number 3 not fulfilled. Item number 4 that really sort of surprised people. Hazard pay. spoke about hazard pay but gave no details, did not give numbers about the hazard pay, did not say who was eligible. Under the Nancy Pelosi HEROES Act of May 2020, hazard pay was $13 an hour from January until the pandemic is 60 days after the pandemic is over. Calculate $13 an hour times the number of hours you worked, whether it was full-time, part-time, or overtime. He did mention hazard pay last night, but gave no numbers about it. So is this just hazard pay going forward for a few months, now to, March? What about hazard pay during the pandemic of last year? Nancy Pelosi wanted to pay you up to $10,000 if you made less than $100,000 in 2019. So are we not paying frontline workers who risked their lives during the pandemic of 2020, as Nancy Pelosi wanted to provide us? And we're just giving them, a few dollars in February and March of 2021? Is this not the hazard pay we were promised again? Again, the Biden administration and the Pelosi camp said that we would get paid this money as soon as the Trump administration is over. It looks like we're only getting paid hazard pay going forward, not hazard pay in the back. The bigger shock, one of the big shocks, however, of course, is FPUC. FPUC is a thing that goes on top of UI and PUA. UI is unemployment, PUA is unemployment for independent contractors. FPUC goes on top of it as what is called an unemployment boost sometimes at an amount per week. Cash Act 1 paid it from March to July at $600 a week. When it was about to expire, with just a few weeks to expire, VP Harris, had that interview as a presidential candidate with Chris Hayes on MSNBC, and said, we cannot let FPUC expire. People need $600 a week. And slammed the Republicans for letting $600 a week to expire and said, we need to get this done. We need $600 a week. You never got it. You never got $600 a week from July to December 2020. So viewers were promised FPUC retroactive, or as we call it, retro. $600 a week from when it expired to the end of December. That's $600 a week. You never paid it, never got that money. Lost your home because you never got that money. Became homeless because you never got that money. Had no food because you never got that money. So what did Joe Biden say last night? Promise number 6 not fulfilled. He's going forward at $400 a week of FPUC. There's 2 problems with that. One, he's not giving you a single penny for whatever you endured from July to December of last year, despite his promises to the contrary, and despite the statements by Harris that you absolutely have to get this money, and that it was a Republican problem that you weren't getting it. Well, they're in office now, and they're not paying it either. 2, that Joe Biden in his transition papers, in his campaign papers, over and over and over repeated the same number, $600 a week. Suddenly the number disappears. In fact, you could see senior economic team members of the Biden camp being quoted in CNBC just 48 hours ago saying it was $600 a week. It's not, it's $400 a week. He says a down payment. You got a down payment last year of $300 a week. In the second stimulus package, President Trump gave you $300 a week, and Joe Biden said that was a down payment for $400 a week. No, we were promised $600 a week. And he says it's going to September. So you're currently getting, under the second stimulus package, $300 a week from January to March. That's 3 months of this, January, February, March. He's adding a few more months, April, May, June, July, August, September. He's adding 6 more months. Not a promise fulfilled. And it sort of continues this theme of promises not fulfilled. Now, it is not law yet. It's not bill yet. We don't see these details. There was a lot of vagueness last night, and you would expect more details, at least saying generally what you're going to do, if not giving us numbers, explain generally what you're going to do. He talked about the importance of the small business in the American, but he said nothing about what he's going to do for them, except saying you'll have some grant money. Is this a sort of, again, like we're expecting $5,000 or $10,000 and you give us $400? Is this sort of where you get those watered down numbers later on when no one's paying attention? I don't know what's going on. So we have not seen what the small business grants are. He talked about small business grants for new businesses and existing businesses, but there's a lot of problems here. There's a lot of problems here, and the problems are even beyond what he said last night. Here are among the problems. Problem number 1. When you come into the office of the president, it's your job to not only push your agenda, but also fix other things. And he certainly knows he has a lot of things to fix. And he certainly cannot fix everything on day one, and he certainly wants to fix everything, I certainly believe. And you have the support of the American people to ensure that you fix things. But sir, there's a lot of things to fix when it comes to pre-existing stimulus packages that have been unpaid. The second stimulus package, passed in December, had the representation of then Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin that stimulus checks was being sent out within 48 hours. He said it statement after statement. That was categorically an untrue statement, because we now know from viewers of this channel who have done what's called a transcript search for their account on IRS.com that the checks were not sent out as of even January 8th. Now this channel, which is approaching 100 million viewers at the end of this month, in 9 months, a history in the YouTube record, has nearly 50% of its viewers never seen the $600 stimulus check. Where is it? 50% of viewers say the $600 stimulus check is missing. This channel launched on April 25th. That's sort of like the tail end of the first stimulus package checks being mailed out. At that time, we saw maybe 5% of viewers not getting the first stimulus check. But 50% of the American viewers not seeing the second stimulus check? Not good. Second, the second stimulus package was to go live with 2 items under EIDL, the Agricultural Grant and Loan and the Low-Income Business Community Grant and Loan. As this channel has been reporting, these items are expected to go live by this Sunday. But if they don't, that's yet another problem to fix that is undone still from the second stimulus package. The second stimulus package was 5 weeks ago, and things are still not live yet. Money is still not received. How about the free rent program of the second stimulus package, where rent was allocated to states and cities and counties to then send out to them? We've heard no indication that any city or county has received this money from the federal government to do a rent program. No indication they have gotten this money to do the utility program. Let's turn to the next one that's unpaid as well. Childcare, free internet, also under the second stimulus package. There's no indication of where these are, and there's no indication of when they'll ever go live. Also still undone. Is money just sitting around and not going out? Get it going out. What's going on? These are federal employees that are paid to send out money. They certainly want your money on time, but when it's time to send out money, where is it? Send it out. As we continue down the list of things from just second stimulus, there's a lot of things outstanding that have not been paid. SNAP benefits remain sort of a confusion as well. Department of Agriculture oversees SNAP benefits. Many of the viewers of this channel have still not seen the 15% increase on their SNAP benefits passed in the second stimulus package that was supposed to land in the month of January. We're heading into February. They still have not seen it. It's a 6-month plan. Are they going to be cheated out of 1 month? Viewers continually call to ask for the PEBT, which is additional $114 a month per child that has to stay home from school because of the pandemic that they can get from SNAP. And when they call up SNAP, they say, "Oh, we never heard of this." Now, not all viewers are getting that response, but a lot are, which suggests, has that element of second stimulus not been informed for people at Department of Agriculture? You see a reoccurring theme where people are not getting paid for stuff. And the question is whether we just keep on churning out things and people just don't get paid. Now, viewers of this channel are very well aware of unused money. For nearly 6 months, I reported that there was $800 billion of unused CARES Act 1 money sitting at SBA that could be repurposed. This is unused PPP money that could be repurposed. Where is that money? That money amounts to a $5,000 stimulus check because it's about $800 billion. It's been confirmed by about 5, 6 different sources. It's been confirmed by Steve Mnuchin, by Larry Kudlow, by the President of the United States, by Mark Meadows, by myself. It's been confirmed by Democrats. It's been confirmed that money is sitting there. Where is that money? What is that money doing? Why is that not going out as a stimulus check? Now, the good news, hopefully that is actually true. The good news is that I am hearing that the SBA.gov website will get revamped over the weekend, and has already made 3 changes already in the last 3 days. Like every few hours it changes, to get ready to deliver those second stimulus items under EIDL. That's low-income community businesses for the EIDL grant under the second stimulus package and the grant for agricultural businesses. But let's just hope that happens. If it doesn't, that's another thing for the Biden administration to fix. Moreover, the other big issue is the reports that I've been hearing. I've been hearing for upwards of several weeks, and I'm not the only one that's hearing these reports, that as early as this weekend, you could be getting an email in your inbox from SBA.gov. And that email apparently says, hi, you are not paid the remainder of your $10,000 EIDL grant under CARES Act 1, which of course was the law, under Javita Carranza, who is now gone as of last night from SBA, the former head, and that you're owed the remainder of $10,000 EIDL grant. We're now paying it because now we have grant money provided to us by the second stimulus package. For 8 months, SBA did not have grant money because it was not provided it. Now it has the grant money. And I have been hearing that there's an email that's going to be coming that says, go to a portal, confirm your banking information, confirm your identity, and shortly thereafter, we're going to send out the remainder of the EIDL grant, or some people call EIDL grants. People applied in March and April and May when this pandemic hit for an EIDL application. The application specifically said within 3 days you will be paid $10,000 of a grant. The reason why the application said that is because that's what the law said. Javita Carranza, under her tenure, and Kimberly Butler at SBA changed the law unanimously, despite letters from Harris and others, to say, hey, you must comply with the law and provide exactly $10,000 or up to as so warranted. She didn't, and the incoming SBA head has said that they would. So I've been hearing the great news is that you're going to see this $10,000. But if you don't, this is yet another thing for the Biden administration to fix. We keep on hearing packages and that we don't see the money actually appearing anywhere. Package after package. The question is whether there's a fourth stimulus package, and I know it may sound laughable at this point. Second stimulus package, haven't got to the $600 stimulus check. Third stimulus package, are we not going to get these checks either? They're just going to sort of disappear again. And now fourth stimulus package. Today, Joe Biden's camp says, well, the $10 billion for student loan debt forgiveness, that will actually be $10,000 for student loan debt forgiveness. That will be something separate coming in February. What's separate in February? We said it was on day one. We told us in the stimulus package. Is the SSI and SSDI coming in February as a separate bill? We're hearing that there is a second bill coming in February that has economic relief in it, and that creates jobs. Well, no one has a problem with a fourth stimulus package, provided we understand the things that we were told were in day one. And the third stimulus package are actually in the fourth. So long as you tell us, we're fine, presumably, if we can pay our bills. But we're not being told anything. You had a press conference yesterday that omitted things that we were told would be on day one. Now we're hearing about a fourth stimulus package in February. What is in that fourth stimulus package? If it has things that we're expecting from day one that we're promised that we're in day one, tell us so we know. Moreover, we understand this is not bill yet. This is not law yet. It's only press conference, and perhaps it's talking points. But there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about. I don't know if any viewer of this channel is excited to hear that you're paying $400 a week going forward on FPUC when they never got FPUC from July to December of last year. I don't think any viewer is excited to hear you're going to give them $1,400 to survive, well, a total of $2,000 to survive from April of 2020 to September of 2021. It's just maybe in 1920 that number would work, but this is 2021. It doesn't make any sense. And the lack of things making sense across the board seem to grow by the moment. Hopefully when we see the bill, we maybe will have clarity. Maybe more things will get in there. Maybe this was just talking points. Maybe this was just sort of feelers to feel out the situation, to get responses, and then go back and make changes to the proposed draft of a bill that has not been written. Let's hope. Let's hope we don't wake up in about 2 hours from a nap, or take a coffee break today at lunch, or go pick up some drinks, some milk at the casino, and then suddenly hear, oh, here's the bill. It's exactly what we heard last night. Let's hope it's not like that. But if you have questions or comments in today's video, drop them in the comments below. I love to feature them in tomorrow's According. What's important to understand is that you need to tag this video, obviously. Tag this video with elected officials like the president-elect, like his transition team, like Harris, like his chief of staff, like his economic team, and make the tags and comments professional, respectful, but also to the point. Keep your promise, Joe. Hashtag keep your promise, Joe. Hashtag where is this, Joe? Hashtag, where is this, Joe? A lot of things that Joe promised are just gone. Where are they? We all understand that elected officials seem to have problems keeping their promises, but this one was a little bit more than anyone expected. For now, we remain positive because there may actually be more, or perhaps they're feeling responses. Today is the day to get those responses go. So hashtag keep your promise, Joe. Get this video out, share it and tag it. If you have your own hashtag campaign that you want to add, certainly add that as well. Also always include hashtag LALATE and hashtag Purple Power. Stay informed, stay focused. I will be back at 12 noon with big updates across the board. And if you have questions or comments, drop them in the comments below. If you hear anything or see anything that you think is of issue, certainly drop an important message as well. And I hope you have a great morning. Go to the French channel, subscribe, hit that alert button, like this video, and consider becoming a member by clicking the join button. As always, stay informed, stay focused. Join link, not join button. Stay focused, stay informed, stay focused, and stay alive for more.